The following is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We are not responsible for any losses, only the profits.
What is up, Octo Nation? It's Charlie. I'm going to be your host for this evening. What a roller coaster ride of a week did we have. Hey, at least we ended green, right? Let's take a look at some plays. Let's start off with the two I've been kind of talking about for day trading if you want. ANDA and SOAC, SOAC, all right? Both the warrants on these, the warrants, okay? Again, these things all day long are going from, down 6-ish% to up 35+% every single day. So again, if you want to try yourself out at day trading, look at this. Big channel writing, all right? So big channel writing. This one has a little bit lower volumes. This one's gonna be harder to go with, but it's still got monster spikes. So if you want a day trade, check those out. Let's talk about NKLA. This thing is starting to dump. What happened? The warrants started becoming available to dump. Okay, so what happened? People started dumping them, and they started going down. 7% down is not good for any stock, but it's not terrible for something like this. But if you take a look at the after hours, it actually went down even more. So it's not good. After hours were down at total for the day of 14.46%. That's pretty bad. Okay, so you can see after hours about 30 minutes after, 15 minutes after hours, about 4:15, it just tanked again. This one's gonna be kind of scary because it could tank even more come Monday pre-market also. So you're gonna see a lot of shaky hands selling on Monday after they see this thing wakes up at another 20% down. So if you're holding that, figure out what you're going to do this weekend, but play your cards on this one, but be tight and try to be safe, okay? Now let's take a look at SPAC, SPAQ, all right? Finally, we got a nice break. What do? We broke out of this channel here we were riding. This green line from where this gap started back here. This is the commons. We finally broke above it today. All right, we had some healthy green, good activity. The first push up was pretty massive. How much was that? Let's see. With like an 8% spike, that was pretty darn big volume here. The volume kind of came down a little bit, but we still had consistent, pretty much green. It consolidated a little bit around the gap here, around this green, okay? But we ended above it, which is great. So I'm actually going to turn this line here red. Okay. So watch on Monday for about $15 is our bottom. Okay. We want this thing to stay above 15. If it stays above 15, we're headed to 16. All right. And then from there about 16.50. So I think we're headed up. All right. Some news on SPAC that happened is he started talking about how he's actually going to use Volkswagen's batteries and maybe their chassis. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that, but a couple things with Volkswagen, so that's huge too. It's still unclear what system he's going to use for the self-driving mechanism, but I know Volkswagen has got one of the best in the world. I think it just got ranked like better than Tesla's. So if they can actually pull Volkswagen's self-driving and put it in that thing too, and it's rated better than any Tesla right now, that would be massive, okay? So I'll keep you updated on that, but that is some big news to watch, right? The warrants, about the same thing. We kind of had they dipped down a little bit harder actually. Okay, they just did this kind of U shape here. All right, but they still tagged the gap. They actually went above it with a very strong amount of volume. All right, and this happened exactly, I was watching this happen. This happened exactly the same as the commons when this volume was spiking both of them. They're just sliding up, all right? This one then came back down a tiny bit and then consolidated and then rose up a little bit. So watch this one. We're sitting, we want to get above about $4.05 as long as we remain above that from this massive run up gap. I think we'll be good. And then from there, just watch for right around $4.79. If we go past that, then it can just keep going back up. So I really think this one, the long play on this one, is going to be massive for everyone that's already in it. Any Spartans still down there? Put it down in the comments. Let me know, okay? LCA, all right? The gold nugs. Remember I was telling you about that news on yesterday's video? Well, where was today? Today was here, okay? Or this was yesterday evening. Today we woke up and look where it was. Had a nice gap up, kind of did a little U pattern, and then zipped right up. Came back down a little bit. We still ended the day at 11.5% green, which is fantastic, all right? Lots of green on that. Again, I think the long-term play on this is going to be massive because now they got Michigan signed with their casinos, and they're working on more states right now. So the more states they add, the bigger it's going to be, but still, even what they have, it's a massive market share. All right, CCX, total speculation news. Article just got released on Financial Post. I tried to find this. This writer says they're from. This writer was from Bloomberg News. Supposedly, I looked it up and I wasn't able to find this on Bloomberg, which I thought was kind of weird. But I don't know. So take this with a grain of salt. But again, we think of rumors. Most of them are probably pretty darn close to being true. All right. What is it saying? Topgolf could be the next to go public via Churchill Capital CCX. They're an operator of driving ranges with a party atmosphere. They're in talks to go public. And according to people with knowledge of the matter. What does that mean? Someone's cousin or something? I don't know, but that's kind of like that's a far stretch thing to just kind of make up. Like, oh yeah, Topgolf's going to merge with CCX. That's not many people would ever correlate the two just for the heck of it. I haven't seen anything in any sex or any past anything I've looked up that would correlate them either. So I don't know. That's a long shot if someone just made that up for the heck of it. But could they have? Maybe. Okay. They're based out of Dallas. What Topgolf is it's just a driving range where there's liquor and beer, and it is that party atmosphere where you get a group of friends together, and you can it tracks your balls. So you're out there at a driving range, and you can do it at night, and they light up, and there's music going. It's almost like bowling, okay? Like the Friday night disco bowling, okay? It's like that, but for golf, okay? So it's cool, but man, that'd be a hard one to invest in personally with me in the current and soon to be coming times. One thing I will point out, if I can find it real quick, they basically said that in these times, it's going to be very common that a lot of companies are going to be searching the route of SPACs for money because no conventional ways of getting money are going to be giving money. Even if you've got, it's the same thing that happened in 2008. You could have an 800 credit score and be making $300,000 a year and try to go get a new Corvette, and every bank could be like, nah. You'd be like, oh, I'm gonna put like 5-10 grand down though. Come on. You'd be like, no, we're not gonna give you a loan. Okay. They're already starting to do that on pretty much everything. Even the big banks have stopped doing a lot of personal period. It's going to be a crazy time in the next 2 to 3 years here for major banks giving out money or lack thereof. So I think there's going to be even more and more SPACs coming out and more news about them because they're going to be the only ones with a substantial amount of money that they're putting into the market. All right. That's something to pay attention to. Let's take a look at the QQQs. Today we pretty much did a consolidation, which is great. Sitting right in this surfable channel that we pointed out. Nothing to worry about. Totally looks healthy. Totally in a bullish total trend. We actually got above this line here, which is good. And other than that, it's an upward trend, so we're going to go ahead and follow the trend, all right? SPY. Let's take a look at the SPY. What do we got? We got a big line here we're still fighting with, okay? We're sitting at 322.22. How many times has it been tagged? 47,000 times? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, probably like 15 times here. maybe 12 times right here. It's trying to break this, okay? So again, watch this thing. We did have a real nice heavy move up, consistent, just kind of riding straight up the channel. But again, next week, let's still pay attention to this. If we can break that 3222 and get to, at least like 325, that's pretty much going to call that we're above it. And as long as we keep moving on top and head to 339, matching the all-time highs, it's a total bull market. Don't get it twisted. All right. What did I buy today? Well, was it yesterday I put out the video? I can't even remember. FUSE, FUSE.U. It's units. Wait a minute. You think I didn't buy units? I know. It was a hard sell. Okay. But guess what? It came with a half warrant. I really like that. What kills me of those other ones is like a quarter of a warrant and stuff. I'm like, dude, what? Come on, dude. So even if you buy 100 of them, you're still only left like 25 warrants, and you do the math, and it's like, I'll just wait for the warrants to come out, man. If it's a killer team, I'll just wait and then just do the flip, or I'll buy the commons and let those rise, but at least they're separated. But then I found something else out today. I found out through calling. I've called every broker, I think. Well, there's two more I haven't called, but I got a hold of Fidelity today, and currently most of my holdings are in TD Ameritrade, and they charge about $50 to split. But I got a hold of Fidelity today for you guys too, and they're claiming I've talked to 3 different people about it to get confirmation, but 3 people all agree that they do not charge. Okay, so that's fantastic. So they don't charge to split the unit. So if you buy the units, and then once the commons and the warrants become available, and you call them up and say, hey, will you break those apart for me so I can get my warrants and then my commons? I'm going to snap them apart. Then it takes anywhere from 3 days to 6 weeks to split them. TD Ameritrade, when I've done splits, it was the IPOC and IPOBs. Okay, one of them took like 6 days, and the other one took like almost a month to finally split. So I'll let you know once I finally do accomplish a full split to see if they actually do charge me or not, number one. And then number two, how long they take to actually split them apart. All right. So it'll be interesting to see. All right. Take a look at the after hours on the S&P. Really nothing. Okay. It's just kind of slightly going up. No big deal. Dow, kind of same thing. All right. Keep this one short. Let y'all have a good Friday night. Any other plays y'all want me to take a look at, please put them down in the comments. Be sure and spread this around. We all can work together and keep getting more subscribers, which is going to help this thing grow and grow and grow. And the more knowledge we can get moving around on this, the better it is for all of us. Thanks again, Octonation. Y'all have a safe, fun Friday night, okay?